Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's just two movies.
Oh, baby. No?
Yeah.
You got me on? It's the new black. It's an every time I die joke.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't
Didn't work.
land, you know? Didn't land.
It took me a minute.
Yeah, that's all right. It was pretty off the cuff.
Yeah.
So out of pocket, as the kids say. Yeah, welcome back to another episode of It's Just Two Movies, where the reviews don't matter as much as the dick and fart jokes do. My name's Dick Fart Joke. In the studio with me this evening,
Poop joke.
Poop Joke. Poop Joke. Poop Dick Joke. And my name's Dan. This is Bran Birdman.
Hi.
Bran Birdman.
Bran Birdman. I'm Bran Birdman.
I like it. I think you could pull that off. Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, if it's your first time tuning into the show, we are going to talk about two movies. Maybe one of them's good. Maybe there's another one that we watched. It's probably older. Is it good? I don't know. Usually not.
Probably not.
Well, we hope it's so bad it's good.
And we hope to find some sort of connection between the two.
And the meaning of life.
That,
Would be pretty dope if we just were like, maybe it's just being happy and getting the most out of your life, whatever that means to you as an individual.
Yeah.
Unless that thing is hate crimes,
then
don't do that.
Then don't be a dick.
So this week was my pick. So I didn't take any notes for this movie because this is my third time watching it.
But first time finishing it.
Yeah. I missed like the last 18 minutes. I rented it on a DVD that was shitty, and I was watching it, and it fucked up, and I was like, man, maybe I fell asleep. I don't really remember what happened. It was pretty late. So I put it on again, watched the whole movie again, got to the last 18 minutes, and the DVD just fucked up. I'm like, well, shit. Fuck. So I remembered it thoroughly, and we are talking about Infinity Poo. It's a R-rated 2023 horror sci-fi film, 1 hour, 58-minute runtime. Got a 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, 61% of Google users like this movie. Directed by Brandon Cronenberg. You might know his zaddy.
His father,
David Cronenberg. Box office $5.2 million, distributed by Neon Elevation Pictures. Cinematography by Kareem Hussein. I think that's worth mentioning because there's a lot of very striking cinematography in this. Like, it looks fucking spectacular.
Yes, sir.
What would you say this is about without being big spoiler?
Ooh, without a big spoiler?
Without a big spoiler.
A couple take a vacation to a fictional island, or a country place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Italy,
right? It's a real place, but it doesn't actually exist in real life,
right?
They take this vacation. The man is a writer, and he has a little bit of writer's block. He's only written completed one novel.
Yeah.
So he's hoping to gain some inspiration from this trip.
Right.
And along the way, things go horribly wrong.
Or horribly right.
Or horribly... maybe.
Or just whoringly. They go whoringly, too. It's a very horny movie.
I text you that, and I was like...
It's pretty horny.
It's horny. It's just like, what the fuck? How horny can you be?
Pretty horny. Yeah. So
I know I didn't really give a whole lot of detail there, but
you get into spoiler territory pretty quick.
Yeah, we'll dive into it.
So I think we're gonna do all spoilers from here on out. If you haven't seen Infinity Pool and you want to check it out, I watched it on Hulu. Did you?
Yeah,
watch
it's on Hulu.
Hulu as well. You know what? I have Hulu with ads, but I didn't think the ads disrupted it as much as I thought they would have going into it. God, it took me fucking forever to watch it though.
Really?
For the third time. Yeah. I'm like 6.5 hours invested in this
Jesus Christ.
hour and 50-minute movie.
Dude, when we first started doing this, it would take me like 3 hours to watch a 2-hour movie.
Oh, because you'd pause it
Because
and
I'd
take
pause
notes
it and
shit.
take notes and
Yeah. I used to do that too. I'll be honest with you. It's pretty rare I take more than just a couple lines of notes anymore. And even then, I rarely look at them while we're doing the podcast because I only wrote down 3 things. I know what they are. But
for me, it just depends on the movie, I think.
Yeah.
But most of the time, yeah, I do take.
If it's like real dialogue rich, I got to have a little more stuff to refer to. We recently did, Chad came on the podcast and we did Nefarious. That's a real dialogue heavy movie.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much just 2 dudes in a room. Which is also probably the name of a gay porn. Coincidentally. Nefarious, just 2 dudes in a room.
I'm trying to find the budget for this because it wasn't on.
It did not fucking strike me as a cheap film by any stretch of the imagination. Let me pull up the cast real quick. Actually, I can't believe I forgot to mention that.
We didn't go through the cast.
This stars Alexander Skarsgård, Mia Goth, Cleopatra Coleman, Amanda Brugel, Thomas Kretschmann, Jaleel Lespret, and Caroline Bolton.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much everybody you really need to know about. You know what? I am missing one fucking guy. I want to mention the guy that's the doctor or whatever because he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
John Ralston.
Okay. Yeah. Before we get too far into this, do you have a USB-C cable that I could borrow?
Right there, actually.
That was
I know, because it came full circle. I love the way everybody's like, don't let those fucking iPhone users use your charger, Android people. Remember how they talk shit on our charger? Yeah. I don't remember anybody ever going, oh, you got a fucking Android charger? What a loser. Well, yeah, because your phone's an Android. It doesn't fucking matter. They all do the same shit anyway. They all do the same shit anyway.
They do for the most part. I think even as an iPhone user, Android phones can do some pretty cool shit that iPhones can't. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I can't find the budget for this, which really kind of bothers me because I want to know.
Yeah.
Bro. But I guess if you're listening and you're like, I know what the fucking budget for Infinity Pool was.
Yeah. Then leave a like.
Write at us. Let us know.
Yeah. It's at us just 2 movies at gmail.com.
So, I think we're ready to get into it.
How do you want to...
Oh, yeah.
How do you want to tackle this?
Do we want to just go through it, or do you want to just give a quick rundown? Or
I don't know that I can give a quick rundown.
Right.
But I think I can go through it faster than us taking an hour to recite it, because it is dense.
It's pretty dense. Yeah. I don't have this is pretty decent amount of notes.
Yeah.
But we don't have to cover all of that.
Well, here's what we'll do. I'll run through the narration real quick of just what goes down. And then if there are... Yeah, I guess let me just try to power through it real quick so we can talk about the stuff that we want to talk about. So, yeah, like you said, you've got Alexander Skarsgård. Skarsgård. His full name is fucking nuts, by the way. I don't know if you ever looked it up on Google. It's a fucking long one. Yeah, so he's got some writer's block or whatever. He meets a lady in the lobby, and she's like, oh, fucking, I loved your first book. Why don't you come have dinner with me and my husband? Or boyfriend or associate or whatever. Are they in a relationship?
They're married.
Okay,
I believe, yeah.
Because
it's the Bowers. That's their...
Yeah.
So...
here we real quick. Alexander Johan Hjalmar Skarsgård. He's from Stockholm, that son of a bitch. First role in U.S. comedy Zoolander. I did not know that.
Probably a very
weird.
small role.
Right. That's cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got Alexander Skarsgård, and he's like, oh, I'm going to dinner. And he's like, man, this Mia Goth lady, something sexy about this lady. She is unique looking. She's
very,
lady.
very unique looking woman.
Yeah, I think she's maybe not married. She's, what's his name? Do it! That fucking guy.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, is he a piece of shit or not? I can't ever know. I really only like one of his movies, though, so I'm not very conflicted about him. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't care.
It's kind of a long thing that we really don't.
Not getting into?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
He's kind of a fucking
nut.
Yes, but I think he kind of knows that he's... Here's the thing. When most child stars...
Yeah.
turn out to be pretty fucking crazy.
Yep.
I don't think that a person should have that kind of spotlight on them at the age of like 8.
Yeah.
Or 10 or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not good. It's not healthy. And he's dealt with a lot of abuse at a young age from his father, I believe. So just a pretty fucked up life. And he's done some pretty shitty things. But I think he's kind of owned up to a lot of it. So,
okay.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Good on him. Anyway.
Mia Goth is, by the way, when we say this movie is horny as fuck, like Mia Goth is
horny as fuck.
Is like...
she's just like staring at Alexander Skarsgård like the hardest, like, please fuck me.
Yeah.
Look that I've ever seen anybody give anybody.
I mean, just throughout this whole film, she's just horny.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Until she's awful. Like, at the very end, when she's like, like screaming at him and shit, and I'm like, somebody shoot that lady. Shoot that, like, make that noise fucking stop.
All right, so go ahead.
Yeah,
Continue.
so they're at dinner, and they're like, oh, we'll have a day at the beach tomorrow. We'll go out and we'll rent a car from somebody else at the resort, because the resort is locked down like a fucking compound.
Yes.
Because it's dangerous to leave the resort.
Yes, correct.
The people where they are vacationing are like, they're a very religious and conservative bunch.
Yes. They're very, very against drugs.
Yep.
Just
you get executed for like sodomy, using drugs, like everything. The penalty is pretty much death.
Right.
So they're very. I think the guy describes them as a melodramatic people.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so they go out and they're having some drinks at the beach or whatever, and he's like, "Do you want the buffalo sausage?"
Like a buffalo sausage?
He's like, oh,
James.
Well, James, it's okay. It's okay. Would you like a buffalo sausage? That dude's fucking accent cracks me up every time he opens his mouth. I'm like, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Out there, they're having a couple of drinks or whatever, and Skarsgård goes to take a leak, and Mia Goth comes over there and gives him a little handy real quick.
Jerking him off.
Just milks him right there on the spot. And then they're driving back. It's late. Everybody's a little bit drunk. Alexander Skarsgård hits a pedestrian.
Yeah, because the car is, the lights are
like dimming.
They're shorting out, basically, it looks like.
Super fucking weird.
Yeah, so he hits a man.
They try to hide the body. Yeah, kills the guy.
They don't even try to hide him.
No,
they're just like, I think they were just like, we gotta go. Or Mia Goth's like, we gotta go.
Yeah, they like gotta toss it in a pile of compost or something. Yeah, so anyway, he's a dead muddy boy. And they get back to the compound. Next day, cops are at the door like, hey, you gotta come with us.
Yeah.
So he's in there and he's talking to the detective, and the detective goes, listen, here's the deal. The penalty for what you have done is to let his oldest son kill you. But he has 2 sons, so we're gonna murder you.
And if, he also explains, if there is no son, then it will be taken upon by the state.
Right.
So either way, you're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
But no, he has 2 sons. Luckily, what's he say? Like ages at 11 and 8.
12? Yeah, it might have been like 12 and 8, something like that.
Yeah.
Very young.
Kids.
Children still. But
yeah, so they're going to let this 12-year-old kid kill Alexander Skarsgård, and he's like, what? Like, it was an accident. You can't just, like, I'm a U.S. citizen. What? And he's like, listen, we have this thing that we provide for tourists to help our tourist initiative. You sign this paper, we will make you a double, and we'll kill the double. And then he's like, oh, you sure? So they fucking strip him down butt ass naked, put this weird thing in his mouth, and put him in a ooey gooey pool and blast him with like, I don't know, horny brainwaves or whatever, whatever that is. There's a lot of like just weird psychosexual stuff.
Yeah.
In this, like they want you to know that this guy has like an obsession, I guess, or like is overcome by these urges brought on by the presence of Mia Goth. Like she has some power over him.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think of it like that. I was trying to think of how to describe those sequences. Very like distorted colors and distorted visuals, I guess, would kind of be the best way to explain it.
In rapid fire.
Yeah,
I'd say this is probably going to be a pass for you if you're epileptic, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably a hard pass for this
Hard
one.
pass, yeah.
So anyway, he
gets cloned,
Yeah,
essentially.
he gets
Yeah.
cloned. He wakes up in a bed and he's like, "Oh my god, my head!" And his wife is there, and she's like, "Are you all right?" And he's like, "My fucking head hurts though." But what happened? She's like, "Your double's done already. It came out perfectly. They're waiting for us downstairs. You have to go see it." And they get down there, and what piques my interest is it's like in that red goo, like
that he was standing
silicone
in
block that he was standing in or whatever. So they bring this up later in the film. They're like, are you sure that they didn't kill the original and that you're the double? Like, did you witness your own demise? But that tracks for like what happens in the movie. He's in this weird red goo that looks like silicone or like glue maybe.
Yeah.
And then later it's just his face poking out of it, but it's like hardened.
What do you mean? The clone? Or
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, the clone.
When he goes to see it or whatever?
Yeah, it's like encased in that red shit. There's got to be a more eloquent way to say that, but I'm not capable of it. So, moving on. He's getting ready to leave, and they're like, no. You have to witness the execution. And he's like, I don't think. And they're like, this is not negotiable.
Yeah.
We're not up for it. Go take your fucking seat.
You both have to witness it. Yeah.
So he goes and sits there, and then you have a very disturbing scene with like an 11 or 12-year-old boy stabbing the fuck out of Alexander Skarsgård while he's like handcuffed to a pole in the middle of a airport hangar with a dirt floor or some shit.
Yeah. And so the man's family watches as well.
Yeah. And you don't think any of them just like looked over at the other guy and went like, "You son of a bitch."
That's what really like I didn't understand that. Like so whenever the detective told Skarsgård, James and his wife that they had to witness the execution, I assumed that they would be separated from the family because
of that.
Like what?
I bet you I know why the family's cool with it though.
Money?
Because they murdered the original.
Right.
I bet they murdered the original.
Do you think that they did?
I do. I think that's exactly what's going on. I think there's just enough breadcrumb trails that make me like almost sure of it.
I was kind of leaning towards it. Because whenever James is executed, it pans to who we think is the original James, and he kind of smirks.
He's into it. It's making him horny.
So I think that tracks with they just killed the original James.
I think so.
I think it really tracks.
Yeah, I think so. So anyway, he's like strangely getting obsessed with this. And his lady's like, we gotta leave. And he's like, pump your brakes.
I can't
find my passport. Goes down to the lobby. He's like, I need somebody to help me look for my passport. Wink. And he sees Mia Goth down there. And she's like, oh, come have a drink with me. Let me explain. So she just kind of explains what I explained to you. And she's like, it's new. It's like your new skin setting in or whatever. Because he has all the memories.
Yeah, that's one thing is they give they give James his memories.
Yeah, and she's like, come out with us tonight. We have a little group that share our secret. So she goes and she meets these bunch of fuckos. They're almost all horrible.
Yeah.
I would say they're all for sure.
I think they're all horrible people. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, he's meeting the new folks, and they're just a weird bunch.
It's almost like a cult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
That's kind of the best way I can describe this. They are tourists, and they have so much money that they can just go to this country and repeatedly
just fucking kill people
and just like abuse the system.
Yeah.
And the way it works.
Yep, because they have money
with no real consequence.
No.
Yeah, it's just kind of cultish, and then I'm jumping ahead, but like at the end of the film, when everyone leaves, they're just like, we're just normal people again.
Right.
We're just going home.
See you guys
next year or whatever, you know.
What are you guys doing when you get back to LA? Oh, he's going to go straight back to work.
He's got to go to work.
Me, I'm going to fuck off probably.
I'm going to rearrange the house. Like, you just murdered like
a lot of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get into shenanigans. Essentially, they're like, "Oh, James, you have to go. One of us." Yeah. And they're like, "Come on, we're gonna go murder some people." So they don't sell it to him like that, but that's what winds up happening. They're like, we're gonna go steal this guy's trophy or medal or whatever." They get there and they, tie people up and start fucking executing them. Mm-hmm. Essentially, there's another guy there with a gun though.
Yeah. So what was up with that guy? Just like a
security
or something. Yeah, something like that. And
or just another dude in the. I assume security because he was like wearing a suit.
Yeah. He comes out of the shadows and starts shooting at the group.
Yeah, probably should have trained with that gun like at all.
Yeah,
because it's just across a room,
right?
30 feet, maybe 35.
If he's security, he's shit.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. I don't know what company that is, but I probably wouldn't hire them. Stormtrooper security, whatever. So this happens. They get cloned again, and
because of this situation.
Yeah, there's kind of a montage of it happening again, and maybe again. So all these different situations. So they finally are like, all right, James, here's what we're going to do. We're like, they're talking about like maybe not letting us get cloned anymore. So maybe we should kill the chief of police.
Yeah.
Or the detective guy. And they act like they're going to go get the detective guy. And they take him out in the middle of the fucking woods. And they're like,
they take him back to their apartment or whatever.
I thought it was outdoors. You're right, though. It's back in the apartment. And they're like, come on, James. And everybody's hyping him up, and he's beating the dog shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
And then the hood falls off, and it's James.
It's another clone.
Yeah, it's one of the original ones. I don't know. Like, you're making the copy of the copy of the copy of the copy.
Yeah.
But the previous copy is always the one getting trashed.
Right.
So, yeah, you got... I guess what they're trying to say is when you make a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a person, you start to, like, lose little bits of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you're more inclined to do things that would help you strip away your humanity. Which I quite liked. But yeah, he's horrified that he beat the shit out of himself. So he goes back to his room, and this is where Mia Goth kind of takes a turn.
Yeah. She really does.
Yeah, she starts
from horny to just
spousal abuse, but they're not they're not together.
They're not even together. They're just orgy partners.
Yeah. She's like, I can bring the double back here and both of you can fuck me. Have you ever tried that? Has he ever tried that? No, psycho. Nobody has. Just you.
Oh, man. Yeah, she gets pretty fucking wild at this point. Yeah, I think what you talked about kind of it really becomes evident at the part where they bring out a quote-unquote dog that's just another clone.
Yeah.
And
it's the same one that he beat the shit out of earlier in the film because he's still got cuts and shit on his face.
Yeah. And she wants James to release his, I guess...
she wants to see if he's got that dog in him.
He got that dog in him.
Got that dog in you?
Oh, shit. There it is.
Yeah, good stuff.
I like that.
Good stuff. She wants him to release his
inner
dog. His inner
his
dog.
Animal instinct, I guess. Like
to beat up Dog James.
Yeah. I didn't like that scene.
I'm not crazy about it either.
I didn't like that scene.
Because I'm like, I got my money on Dog James all day.
Because James is just not tough
He's
at all.
kind of a puss, no. But this other James also, why is he like that? Was he a discarded clone that got fucked up? Is that what it is?
Why is he acting like a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are there two of them? Because every time they clone a person, they dispose of one. They only clone you because you're about to be executed. That's it.
Right.
So where did they get this spare James? I didn't catch on to that. It might be in there because this whole movie's pretty fucking watertight.
Yeah.
But that I missed it, I guess.
So he does go home. Well, at one point he's packing, and there are 3. So whenever one of these clones, or I guess, or I don't even know at this point, like originals, I'm not sure. Whenever one is killed, whenever you kill something, you keep the ashes as a trophy or whatever.
Yeah.
And he packs his bag, and there are 3 urns. So that means somewhere
3 of his own urns. 3 of him died at some point.
At some point. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking weird.
But they kind of go through this like cat and mouse game with James. They're just toying with James by the end of the film.
Yeah.
They're just really fucking with him. And yeah, we have the dogs. We have a scene where they force him to walk down the road, and they're just following right behind him. Dude,
just Mia Goth's just on the hood of a car.
Drunk as fuck.
Was she eating chicken or something? She's got a bucket of chicken on
the
hood of the car. Just eating chicken,
drinking wine,
holding a gun on him, telling him what a fucking pussy he is. Just goddamn. Oh, reminds me of Family Vacation, you know?
That's the thing too, is like he goes after her at one point.
And she beats his fucking ass. That was a cool, like, hit the rim.
Yeah.
It was like a skateboard trick.
He can't even wrestle the gun away from her.
No, and she's not an Amazon woman. She's just a very average-sized woman.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big dude. Like, Alexander Skarsgård is a big man.
Yeah.
But he just is such a fucking pussy.
And he runs off into the woods, and she just by chance shoots him.
Right. Yeah, just dumb fucking luck.
Dumb luck, shoots him in the leg.
I like that bit when they're holding the gun on that guy, and Albin comes in, or whatever his name is. He's like, "What are you kids doing?" And she's like, "Just playing chicken."
Yeah.
Just fucking stared him down, and then doesn't ever shoot that guy. Like, doesn't shoot that guy.
Right.
The fucking guard pops out, and she just like doesn't even try to shoot the guard either. She's just like ducking her head, bang, 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 bang. Just absolute fucking chaos.
Yeah. So at that point, James escapes into the woods. Is that when he makes it back to the resort, I guess? Or
James with his giant peach. No, he gets fucking shot, and then he like stumbles on a field. He like passes out in a field.
Oh yeah, it gets taken in.
He wakes up in like a little farmhouse or whatever, which is right within eye shot.
Yeah, that's whenever he walks outside after the next day, and that's when we get the dog scene.
Dog James,
right?
yeah.
Dog James.
He's got that dog in him. That's fucking stupid.
Dumb. But
I liked one the other day I saw. It just had a fucking picture of a hot dog, and it was like, when I say I got that dog in me, this is what I mean. Oh, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, so I mean, essentially, they're like, you get the impression that James somehow has betrayed the trust of these other people, and that they are maliciously going to kill him.
Yeah.
But they're just having a bit of fun. They're doing the same thing they literally do every fucking night.
Mm-hmm.
They just are just sick fucking sadistic fucks.
Right.
So yeah, they're just toying with him. Guess what? He lives, and then everybody goes back to the fucking hotel. And he had his passport the whole time. He just hid it.
He just hid it, yeah.
In the bathroom, like under the sink. So he calls his wife and he's like, "Hey, baby, my flight's at 10 or whatever. I'll be home like 11:30, whatever." And he's packing his bags. He's got his urns and shit. And everybody goes to get on the fucking
bus. That'll take him to the airport.
Yeah. And boy, they're all just sitting there hunky dory.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like nothing's happened.
Yeah.
And he's in the far back. And
then does he get to the airport?
They get to the airport, and he's the last one there. Not really sure why. Different flight, I guess.
Yeah.
But he doesn't leave.
No, he just goes right back to the resort.
He goes back to the resort.
Which I also think is interesting because, as he mentioned several times, he's poor. He doesn't have any money. His wife has money.
Yeah, correct.
So if he's not going to go home, his wife is going to divorce him. And he's not going to be able to afford the clone thing.
Or the resort. Or he can't afford to stay at the resort. Maybe he just...
But he's just not done.
Maybe
he wants to do it more. Yeah.
Maybe he roughs it. I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess there's also an underlying theme here about like addiction, which I think is quite poignant.
Well, I mean, addiction, consequence. I think really
humanity
lies heavy in there.
Having a boner,
wiping blood on your tit.
Oh yeah,
and Alexander
sucks
it.
He's not even sucking it. He's just like kissing it.
Yeah.
Look, bruh, if you're gonna suck a titty, you fucking commit.
What'd you think about that when they were hallucinating? That boob, that tit that just kept like
meat kept coming out of, like the nipple longer.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Something started coming out of the nipple. It was like meat, and then they were pulling it out, and there was a lot of it.
I hated that.
Yeah, I hated a lot of that. I was in the middle of doing some other stuff, so I had to rewind once or twice, and it just so happened that one of those scenes was something I had to rewind twice. And I think by the time I watched that scene 3 times, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
I just wasn't crazy about it after the fact. While I was watching it, initially I was like, this is interesting. This is fucking weird, but it's interesting. After the third one, I was like, I fucking hate this. Like, make it be over. But I wanted to make sure I watched it for, posterity for the podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just because you watch 6 minutes of that. It's too much. 2 minutes of it. Pretty tasteful and fucking weird.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about what does work for you,
okay,
and what does not work for you.
Okay,
as far as unless there's anything that you want to like go back and be like, let's talk about this for a minute, or I guess that's what that kind of would be. But
okay, here's what works for me: is this weird fictitious place that they go, this weird resort, all the weird rituals and shit they do, and it's
the
like
Slipknot masks.
Yeah, the Slipknot masks.
I wrote one of the first things I wrote down was Slipknot is playing at a resort.
That's fucking good, dude. That's good. Yeah, the Slipknot mask, those work for me actually. I quite
those are
like
fucking
that.
Cool.
They're creepy as fuck. Yeah. I wonder if you can just buy those.
The first time I was like, what the fuck? Because it just kind of comes out of nowhere.
Dude, they are fucking nasty looking. All of them. There are like 6 or 7 of them total, I think.
Yeah, at least 6.
They are all grotesque.
Yes. It's like a what would you call that?
Slipknot.
Slipknot. Was it part of like a festival for them, or like a something
like a respecting the dead type festival?
Okay.
I think.
Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But then it's like they're walking through the lobby later, and you see like dudes with big square like hats or hair, but then they have like the like the Jewish sideburn locks. I don't know what you call them.
Yeah.
Those, and then they have like weird false really long noses. I was like, what the hell is going on in this place, man? But they're like, oh, I think maybe we could go to the Chinese place, and be like, Chinese place? They have everything here. And later they're walking through and they're like Bollywood dancers, and they're just like, there's so much. They're trying to pack all the culture in the world into this one resort.
Right, yeah.
And it's fucking weird, man. Fucking real weird. But I like it.
So you like the overall feel of the resort. I want to say that me personally, the locations that they shot.
Yo.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
Man.
Yep.
So they shot in Croatia, Hungary, that's it. Croatia and Hungary. A couple like Budapest and just beautiful locations.
Yeah, it was.
It does feel like a real place though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
The text of the language was super cool. Like
Oh
when
yeah. When he hands him that form to sign and shit.
Well, that and like when they take them to the police station, like the text, like the where it would say police.
El Policia.
That looked really fucking cool.
Fucking A.
I like
man.
that a lot.
Yeah, neat touches. Let's see here. What didn't work for me? I feel like this is just a little too horny.
Yes.
I feel like it's just too horny.
Yeah.
It can be horny, but not this horny. It's bordering on like pornography level of horny.
It is,
which I think takes away from the horror.
It takes away. It takes away from the horror. This was originally NC-17. I don't know if you knew that. It's one of the little trivia bits. They had to edit it to, make
Damn, this was hornier?
Apparently, yeah.
God,
they had to edit it to make it R-rated.
Wow.
Because originally, yeah. It is. It's just a little too sexual.
Just too aggressively sexual.
Yeah.
For my taste for a horror film. You've got all these great horrific concepts you're working with. You've got great imagery to work with. You've got all this other stuff, but they're just like, yeah, but wouldn't it make you uncomfortable if they were fucking too? And I guess, okay, if that's the route you're gonna take with it, okay, fine, I guess. But it detracts from the other horrific things that are happening.
It really does.
Like,
it detracts from the idea that they put forward.
You only really see this dude have kind of a breakdown once in the entire. I would be like a fucking house of cards if this shit happened to me. Like, I would be on the verge of a meltdown the entire runtime. And I don't really get that because it's so horny. It's like it's distracting from the actual the horror, the humanity.
But he's a clone at that point, though, right? So
I think so.
Maybe he's intrigued by like all of this intrigues him.
I guess he's
but at the same time, he has points where he breaks down. Like if he is the clone, there are points when he still breaks down, right?
Yeah,
like you said, one or two, I think, times where he does like
he kind of has a little freak out. Yeah. But I guess that's really my biggest critique of it. I have very adverse feelings about when Mia Goth starts like screaming and yelling at him and calling him Jamesy and all that shit. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I'm supposed to not like it.
Yeah.
Is my takeaway. And if that's the case, then excellent work. But I was like, I got the remote and turned the volume way the fuck down
because it's like, oh my, that's too much.
Her voice is too piercing.
Man, the first half of this film really works for me. Like,
yeah,
I was on board. I was like, where's this going?
It's just weirder, outlandish.
It's just such a unique idea. Like, obviously, we've seen clone things before. We've seen clone movies before.
Yeah,
but to have it be a form of punishment for a specific country, like it's just such a cool idea. Where they're like, hey, you did something wrong in our country.
You could have done anything, but what you did was killed a dog, James. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you could have gone anywhere with this, but what you did was just had weird sex, bloody titty.
Yeah.
And you fought a dog.
And then you fought a dog.
A dog man.
It really went off the rails, the second half.
Yeah.
It, like I said, just such a unique idea, such a cool setting.
I still remember when I was watching the movie where it fucked off, where it, like the DVD quit working.
Mm-hmm.
It's when he wrestles Mia Goth off the hood of that car and he takes off running into the woods. That's before he gets shot. That's where it.
Oh man,
that's where. So I'm still like, I have to know. Yeah, I have to know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, man. That point, that dog scene really just kind of ruined it for me. It takes you out of the moment. I think. It became kind of silly at that point.
It did, yeah. I felt like it lost a little credibility.
Yeah.
Now it could have been some. I don't know,
because he fights a dog.
Yeah.
And then he kills it, right?
Yeah.
And then
he sucks on Mia Goth's bloody titty.
Like wipes the blood on her tit, and then he sucked like kind of
like what?
What?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't
What is
know.
this?
I don't know. Like, he just killed himself. And you're like, suck this bloody titty, baby. Like, that's what I mean. It's just too horny. It's just too. I could have let the dog thing slide, honestly, if they wouldn't have been like, oh, now you've bathed in the blood of a clone man.
Yeah.
Suck on this bloody titty. It's just too fucking weird, man. It's just too fucking weird. Doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't match.
It fits the imagery that you put earlier in the film because there's that weird nipple meat. But that doesn't make it the right thing to do, I don't think. Yeah. But I mean, this is somebody else's art, so I'm being a little judgmental on it. But it's down to personal taste, and personal taste for me. Yeah. That's where they kind of lost me as well.
Yeah, I really liked I think they maybe went a little heavy on the I don't know what you would call that. The sequences, was it the drug sequences kind of?
Yeah, that's what I would call them, I guess.
At first I was like, ooh, this is cool. I like the use of the light. Like I said earlier, the distorted imagery, the distorted colors. I like the use of that, but then they kind of went a little too heavy on it. I liked the hallucinogen. That was kind of cool. That like root that they had that was native to the country.
That's what it was. Yeah.
That was cool. I just kind of like lit it.
I guess that's how they got that guy in dog mode.
Maybe.
What does it do? Just makes you dog mode?
Turns on dog mode.
It just fucking it just fires up that dog in you.
I guess.
Yeah. What if visually very striking film?
Yeah.
Like a lot of what it's like just showing you. I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
Into it.
You know what I didn't like?
Tell me.
You know what I hated?
What'd you hate?
In the beginning of the film when they started doing the fuckery with the camera.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Hated it. Fucking hate. I was like, is this where we're going?
No.
Luckily they didn't do that. So like the
See, that's how I feel about that weird camera shit, buddy. Once or twice.
Yeah.
Don't make it the theme of the movie because it's hard. It gives me a headache.
It was like starting to mess with me. So basically, it's turning the images. The movie upside down.
About to turn your world upside down.
And I hate it.
When you have horny clone sex.
Okay, so what if towards the end, instead of what we got, because I really like the detective. What if we?
I was getting ready to say. I was like, I want to give props to what's his name? Thomas Kretschmann.
Yeah,
who played the detective. Every scene he's in steals the show.
Great.
Yep.
Awesome. What if it focused more on him and the story went somewhere with him? You know what I mean?
Right. Because maybe he's not just him. Maybe there's like 6 of him.
Right.
Because has a cloning machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that could have been a cool alternative to what we got.
Yeah, that guy was electric, man. There should have been more of him in it.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
It just had the right amount of like authoritative, but doesn't really give a fuck.
Just cares about money, obviously.
Right.
Because if you have enough money, he'll do whatever you
literally get away with murder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like the scene where you think that the whole gang is about to be executed because he's like, what did he say?
Oh, he's like,
there's a point where it seems like he's tired of.
He's like, all right, this is not a playground for children.
Yes.
What do you say?
Our hospitality is being, threatened.
Being tested.
Yeah, being tested.
What do you say we make an example? And the lady's like, ooh, yes, please. Like, because they think they're about to be cloned, but they're not about to be cloned. They're about to be walked out to be executed.
Because they are the clones.
Right. Or they're
not. Right.
Yeah.
It is kind of a mindfuck.
You can't fucking really tell. Yeah, they've got this great fucking horrible concept, and they only really bring that to the front maybe twice.
Yeah.
The whole movie. That I would hinge the fuck out of that, man. Let that be your flagship that you're like, wouldn't this be fucking crazy? Because it is.
Mm-hmm. It is. Such a cool idea.
Yeah, maybe hang a lantern on it a little more.
Like you said, what if the detective has a clone and one of those clones is hell-bent on stopping this? Or, you know what I mean? Like, you could go anywhere with it. And I don't feel like I don't know. Just...
What if the clone was Will Smith and he was a Gemini man? What about that? We're not going to watch Gemini Man.
Is it bad?
I'm sure it is. I don't know. It looks fucking stupid. It's Will Smith and young Will Smith.
His son?
No.
Oh.
Just him, but he's younger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so how many, I guess let's go ahead and do thumbs. Did you have anything else you wanted to mention about it? Neat movie, I think.
Yeah, such a cool concept, just maybe not realized as much as...
Oh, buddy, the Cronenberg flag is not for everyone to fly.
Yeah.
They collectively, I mean, you know, being pretty similar as far as their films, as far as I can tell, you can definitely tell that his father is David Cronenberg. Somebody went, I would go, is this a Cronenberg film? And they go, no, it's his son. I go, that tracks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely tracks. Yeah, not for everybody, but man, when they hit, I think they're pretty damn good.
It really hits, yeah. And when they miss,
yeah,
they kind of miss.
Yeah. What? Did you have anything else you want to bring up?
I don't think so. All around, pretty good performances too.
I really like Mia Goth. I think I've only ever seen her in 2 other films. And I think this is my least favorite of her 3 performances I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. She's very interesting and endearing.
Yeah.
It's just that part at the end, man, really fucking sours me on it.
Right.
It's that voice. Maybe I'm autistic. Maybe I just hear a noise that I don't like a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I don't fucking know. But I had a bodily reaction to it.
It was definitely like nails on the chalkboard.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Whew. You're talking about whenever he's in the bus still, right?
Yeah, she's like, Jamesy. I'm like, oh god,
she's trying to get him to come off the bus. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I have anything else, brother. Do you want to do thumbs?
Yeah. Let's do. Let's say
protruding nipple thumbs.
Beat me to it. Long nipple meat thumbs.
Meat nipple thumbs?
Yeah. Just imagine that you had 10 thumbs and all those thumbs are nipples, but those nipples are as long as your original fingers.
But do they just keep growing though?
Like Slim Jims. Like just imagine you could just pull a Slim Jim out of your nipple, but like the big one. You know what I'm saying? The long one. The one that you like hit your buddy with and it hurts. The old meat whip.
All right, what are you going?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about that nipple. 7.75. I like a lot more about it than I don't. And conceptually for me is the biggest thing. And I really, really like the concept. Execution's a little flat. Performances are great. Movie looks fucking great. I'll bump it up to an 8. I'm going to stick with an 8.
I'm going to go 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are just a few things that 7. I feel like 7's still a good score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't disagrry.
That's still a solid score.
Oh yeah.
There are just a few things that just flat out don't work for me, and yeah, it's kind of hard for me to give it a 7 because it's such a cool concept. But again,
it's a bit long too.
Yeah.
A bit long.
A little long. You could maybe shave off.
If you took out all the epilepsy scenes, it'd be like 8 minutes shorter, legitimately.
Right.
That's a lot of that. I mean, I feel like those like kind of epilepsy scenes, you really only need like 20 seconds of that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need.
It was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need a 4-minute
That's
thing of that. You don't need that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The first time they did it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then you keep doing it. It's like
the 5th time I was like,
you're losing your magic here.
Yeah. Yeah, precisely. Yeah, I did like the 8 for me, 7 for you. And we are going to go watch another movie that's maybe about clones. It certainly looks horny. We're going to go watch Species 2 because why would we watch the first one? Here's some heavy metal. We'll be right back.
We're going to get up in it, boy.
This is fine.
All right, baby, we're back. We watched. I just want I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we've done it. We've done it. I didn't think we could find a hornier movie than Infinity Pool. And brother, let me tell you, I was wrong. I was very mistaken.
We watched Species 2.
Species 2.
From 1998.
From 1998. Bert, do you have all the information for that? Because I left my phone in the other room, I guess.
Why'd you do that for?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Do you want to grab it or?
Nah, all right.
Okay.
If you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Species 2 from 1998, rated R, hour 33-minute runtime. Action, horror, sci-fi, thriller. 4.5 out of 10 on IMDb. 19 Metascore. 19.
19.
I don't have any of the other, so I'm just using IMDb.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't have.
No, that's fine. You don't have the other thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a theory, and this is how we selected this movie.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, no, go. Carry on. Sorry.
Let me get the cast in there.
Get him in there.
Easy.
Get him in there. Tell me who all those blonde, bare-chested women were.
You jump in the gate. Calm down. All right. Top billed cast. Natasha Henstridge plays Eve. Michael Madsen plays Press coverage.
Press your dick up to her butthole.
Marge Helgenberger plays Laura.
Hell yeah.
Was she the doctor?
The doctor lady, yeah.
We have Mykelti Williamson as Gamble. George DeZunza?
Okay.
I think that's...
I trust your judgment.
Thanks.
And the fact that nobody listening really cares. Yeah,
right, exactly. Yeah, and there's a few other people. You have to mention Justin Lazard as Patrick, the main
guy.
Yeah, kind of looks like Tom Cruise.
Just crushing pussy, this guy.
All right, directed by Peter Medak. Writers Dennis Feldman and Chris Brancato.
Nice. I like it.
Box office. What do you think, Dan?
I think it probably did well. I feel like the first one didn't flop. It wasn't great, but it was good sci-fi fodder. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere right in the middle.
Yeah, and I think Species 2, yeah, maybe we'll go check it out. Did it do well?
So budget. Okay, actually, I want to know what your guess is for budget. If you had to guess.
Fuck, what year was this?
98.
98. Budget for this movie in 1998. Designs by H.R. Giger. Cast, nobody in it's super fucking famous. $5 million?
$25 million.
Okay, well that makes sense. Yeah, because the prosthetics.
Yeah,
that monster at the end, pretty impressive, honestly.
I guess, yeah, for the time. It just kind of made me laugh. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a practical. It's just a dude in a suit on like stilts doing a dog thing.
It was massive. Like,
yeah, I thought it was a bit of fun.
So
just a big bony monster who wants to bone.
Budget $25 million. Opening weekend $7 million. Worldwide gross ended up being $19 million. So they lost quite a bit of money, decent amount of money.
Chunk of change.
That's about it on that.
You miss 100% of the swings you don't take, you know.
Dan, if you were to explain
yes, Barbara Walters
Species 2 to the listener, how would you do that?
Oh my, how the turntables. I would say that just imagine the movie Alien.
But hornier.
But hornier, yeah. Yeah, it's just a way hornier. Okay, so the aliens are dangerous. Why are they dangerous? Because they just want to fuck all the time. That's why they're dangerous. They'll overrun our population in no time. Because an alien can bang a regular... Okay, I think an alien man can bang a regular woman and like an alien baby will burst out of her in like a minute. But an alien woman
so
gets shot in the fallopian tubes and dies instantly, and they're like, she wasn't even infected. But I don't know. We'll come back to that. But here's what happens.
All right, you gonna run it down?
Yeah, we go to fucking Mars, and they're like, let's get some gas out of Mars in a jar. Don't worry about it. And then this fucking space shuttle is sponsored by Pepsi, Miller Lite, and Reebok.
Legit,
And
seriously.
Yeah, no, there's like branded fucking things on the side of the spaceship.
Pepsi, Reebok,
Miller
Lite. What was there was a fourth one? But
Is there another one?
Yeah, but
must be bad marketing because I don't fucking remember.
Right.
Whoa, America. That's the other one. It says USA on top and it's got the American flag on the bottom.
Sponsored by America.
Sponsored by America. God damn, we want to fuck it or kill it.
All right, continue.
Yeah, so
they go to Mars.
They go to Mars. They come back, but the goo got out and it's like venom. It's a goo and it gets in them like venom, and then they're like, oh, blacked out. What happened? They get back to Earth and they're like, God,
I feel weird.
I need to nut. So bad. My balls are just aching. And they get back and they're like, they tested for aliens or whatever, and they're like, no, we're fine. And then they get back and they be fucking and they be making other aliens.
Yeah.
And then, but from the movie Species 1, obviously, because everybody's seen it, including us, of course, they have an alien lady who was cloned, who they run tests on.
Yeah,
but she lives in like a lab.
Cloned,
prison.
I guess cloned. I don't know, genetically engineered. I mean, it's kind of.
She said that she cloned her.
Oh,
she's half human.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that you would think that would be our common theme, but it's actually that long nipple meat that we were talking about from earlier. And that's what I mean when I say that we've done it.
The fuck?
I can't believe that that's in 2 movies and we picked both of them.
Okay.
If there's another movie out there where somebody's like nipple just protrudes and like turns into a big meat stick,
let us know.
Let me know. Because
If
I don't
you
think
know-
so. I think there's just 2. I think Cronenberg saw this.
Yeah, he saw this.
And it
He
got
had
into his subconscious. I bet he's into like long nipples. You know what I mean? You ever see those on the internet? Just real long ones?
on the internet.
I'm not body shaming. I've never seen one at IRL. You know what I mean? A really long nipple? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just some of those fucking...
Pinkies?
Yeah. Just like a little finger. That's silly. We're pantomiming. You can't tell, but anyway, yeah. So they find out these aliens be fucking, and they're like, "Oh goddamn, we gotta get them, but not too fast. Like slow it down a little bit." The fucking leisurely jog from that when they're like, "That woman's gonna be raped," and they're just fuck, I can't describe it over audio. It is just a leisurely jog. It's maybe speed walking.
Yeah.
It is fucking hilarious.
It's like if you were going for a run in the local neighborhood and you ran past like a $1 bill, you know, and you stopped and you're like, wait, was that $1? And you kind of just like, you're not running back to it, but you're just kind of like,
because it's $1.
It's just $1.
You can't get anything with it, but still, it is monetary gain.
Yeah, you're kind of like, oh, let me go back and check that out. You're not running. You're not like full sprinting back to it.
No,
you just
fuck no.
Was that $1?
Oh, for you guys that can't tell because we don't have like a camera set up to live post these. Birdman is in fact wearing a hat that does say "Bird Law" on it. And it's exquisite. I love it.
Thanks. That's a gift from my beautiful, awesome, precious girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah. And I love it. It's a great hat.
It is a great hat. Yeah, I like it a lot. You were here for like half an hour before I realized that it just said Bird Law.
Yeah, and I'm, we're our height difference.
That is true. I'm like
I'm not trying to make
feet
fun
tall.
of like
No, it's all right. I'm freakishly tall.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah, like just a 9 foot tall, 17-year-old monster of a boy.
17. Oh man!
All right, we're about to blast into Deep Space Nine.
Jam?
Ropes of Cum.
Wait, what? We're thinking 2 separate things.
Yeah, we are. You're thinking about basketball.
Baseball, you know?
The Great American.
You know what's funny about this film? How horny it is, but then like the test subject, the female that's in the lab,
Yeah.
she always has a baseball with her.
Oh, yeah.
So is that like is there some sort of connection there? You know, you think about baseball if you try not to get a boner. So
I have fucking heard that.
I mean, that's what they always say. So is that why they introduced baseball to her? Are they trying to keep her like?
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Trying to
like,
keep her around, but then she just watches Dukes of Hazzard.
Right. I just thought that was interesting. Like, she's getting a little too horny at certain points. So they're like, "Hey, here's a baseball. How does that make you feel?" Very calm. Less
horny, as a matter of fact. It's such a long game. It's so long. God damn it, It takes forever. Yeah, there's nothing sensual about baseball because it lasts fucking, I don't know, 9 hours.
Almost 3 hours.
I've never seen a baseball game.
It's a little shorter now.
I'm joking. I have seen
several
baseball games.
I don't even know. How do you say it? How do you spell it? Baseball.
Bassi.
All right. So
Bass Pro Shops.
Yes. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
That's right. So that's going to sound like gibberish to anybody. Don't worry about it. So you've got all these fucking horny aliens, and they'd be fucking. But then the one that's captured in the lab has like a psychic connection to the other one that's out. The guy that's out doing some fucking.
Yeah, the main.
And they want, the two of them really want to take it to the bone zone.
Mm-hmm. But mom and dad don't want them. Sorry, that doesn't sound right.
What are you doing, step alien? So there's a bit where it's like they're just these shrieking, growling aliens, and one of them gets thrown, and when they hit the wall or whatever, they go, they're
just like it's a demon. Oh boy. What do you think about the?
This is pretty fun, man. I got a kick out of this.
I'm not gonna. Okay, so I had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, I did too.
It's kind of an opposite infinity pool for me. The first half, I was like, I don't know about this.
A little too cut and dry.
But then, man, once you get some of those effects,
they got the fucking weird out, baby.
Yeah, just gets hornier and hornier, and
the effects, dude. There's so many like meat tubes.
Yes,
there's so many like just
a lot
tubes of meat.
Yeah,
is that one
alien?
Lady? Yeah. The one lady's the one that shoots out of her cooter or whatever. She got a cooter tube. I gotta talk about this for a minute, or my fucking head's gonna explode.
Let's hear it.
Okay. I don't even know how to put my fucking thoughts together. So they're like, okay, there was 3 astronauts on the fucking thing, right?
Yep.
Okay. And the venom type ooze only infected 2 of them.
The syrup.
Yeah, the syrup, the scissorp, the
skizzy,
some of that alien perp, that perp drink. It only infected 2 people, not the black guy because he carried sickle cell anemia, and he didn't die, which I kind of liked, and then maybe got laid at the end of the movie.
Oh, dude,
about time, brother can't get no booty.
I want to come back to that.
Okay, so it infected the lady. The brunette lady and the astronaut all-American hero guy, the main
white
guy. Yeah. We'll call him Tom White.
Yeah.
Tom White.
Tom White.
Tom Cruise Control. It's pretty good, actually. So they're talking back at the lab, and they're like, "Oh, it's got to be, we kind of have to start looking at suspects and screen them and give them blood tests or whatever." And then they're like, so there's a bit where the scientist is like, oh, fuck, don't touch the blood. The blood spilled. This is real bad. To going up and touching the blood. And then he gets sucked into a monster in a wall that made zero fucking sense.
Okay.
But then when they're talking about it, they're like, oh, it's got to be the guy. Does it have to be the guy, though? Does it have to? Thank you, baby. Because you text me. Oh, yeah, I probably did. There's a bit where they're talking because they test the black guy and they're like, oh, it's not him. He doesn't have it. So it has to be the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, it's not the lady, though. But the lady, like, she was dead. She's dead. But she didn't have sex with anybody. And then famously, these things are like almost impossible to kill. So
how did they
how
kill?
did she die, like, and nobody's alarmed about it? They don't disclose to anybody, like, hey, don't touch her fucking blood or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
A lot of this doesn't make any sense.
No, but that I am like stuck on that. I'm trying to let it go.
You're like, why was she infected?
It just doesn't.
But then didn't
ineffective.
Yeah.
And then also nobody was worried about it. They're like, oh yeah, we tested her DNA. It didn't have any alien goo to it. So, I'm sorry? She had a fucking tube shoot 12 feet across the room out of her snatch.
Well, it was out of her stomach.
Oh, it was out of her stomach? Okay.
I think so.
It's more fun to pretend it.
That's what...
Yeah, came out of there. Anyway.
So, yeah, that definitely did not make sense. The cops or whatever burst in and they just shot it, quote unquote, killing it. But later in the movie, the main character kills himself.
Yeah.
But then, what would you call that?
Oh god, like CGI reconstruction of his head.
Yes. That looked, that looked awful.
A bit of fun, though. Like, I enjoyed it because it was awful. But I will say the transition from it being a computerized image to the actor's face, like that half a second where it switches from CGI to the real guy.
Yeah.
Very smooth transition for me. But the actual, like, rebuilding of his, my god, it's so fucking bad. Terrible.
Very, very bad.
I love that shit when I'm like,
so yeah,
like the hair doesn't grow. Like your hair is indestructible because the hair grows back. Yeah. Fucking, oh my god.
So that, yeah, make that make sense. You can't.
No. They're like indestructible things, and that lady just got shot in a tube, and she's like,
and now she's dead. Yeah,
she's just dead. That doesn't track.
Mm-mm.
Meanwhile, back at the lab. Old fucking blondie alien lady. She's got the need for seed.
Fuck yeah, dude. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about.
Okay.
Before we go any further, I don't know who any of these people are in this film. The women.
There's so many blonde women that just look exactly alike. Or like very,
very,
very similar.
Yes. I was so confused.
Yeah, it took me a minute to kind of catch on.
It just kept introducing new blonde women. And, like, so I know who the clone is, and I know who the doctor is.
Yes.
Outside of that.
Okay, so one of them was the main astronaut guy. It was his, like, wife or fiance or whatever.
Oh, okay.
One of them was. All the rest of them, literally all of the rest of them, hookers.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
And then that one brunette at the grocery store who was getting those space flakes or whatever they were called.
Oh, yeah, she was... That scene was really weird because, so she was, like, very smitten with him.
Yeah.
Because she recognized him as a fucking astronaut.
Oh, she's fawning over him. You know what I mean? Just like, you're so funny.
And what's he decide to do? Make a big fucking deal out of it? Like he's kidnapping her?
Yeah.
He could have just been like, hey.
I got a van in the parking lot.
Hang out? Or?
Yeah. Do you want to swallow my load?
Fuck, Danny.
Would you like me to put an astronaut in you? Do you have any astronaut in you? Would you like to?
He just kind of kidnaps her, and that was like, you could have avoided quite a bit of a scene there.
Yeah.
Because you're winning right now.
I love the way fucking press is like they pull up and they're in a grocery store and they're going to the grocery store and they're like, she's going to a basement. So they go to this like weird elongated fucking basement. There's no way. I'm calling it. There's no fucking way there is a grocery store that has that basement. Bullshit. And then they fucking come up through the chain link fence or what, and they wind up back in the parking lot where they were. They just do a big circle on the inside of this, they do a big circle through a grocery store, and they make it seem like it's a really long chase. How long would it take you to run through a grocery store, down a flight of stairs, back across the length of the grocery store, out the door, and around the building? How long do you think that would take you?
13 seconds.
You're really fast. In my new shoes, yeah, I'm super fast.
That basement was somewhere else. That was not underneath the grocery store.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, they wind up in the parking lot of the grocery store.
Oh, I don't know. I'm really confused on everything you just said.
Well, a bunch of the stuff, they're just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's for real.
Don't worry about it. And you know what? I can't even tell you how much shit I probably missed that is just incongruent. You know what I mean?
Dude, this movie is wild.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I like all the tubes.
A lot of tubes.
A lot of squelching. A lot of sacks.
Can we just talk about, for a second, the children that the alien kept having?
Yeah, children of the porn. Got him.
Why did they all look the same?
Dude, I don't know.
Is it because...
I think they probably had a bunch of kids, but they had like 2 kids that were siblings. Maybe one was slightly older than the other, and they're like, yeah, we'll just put different smut on your face.
Mm-hmm.
You got a little
schmutz on you.
You got a little schmutz. That's the word I was looking for, not smut. This could be soot. Soot or schmutz.
You're a little too dirty.
Sorry.
We've watched a lot of horny features.
It's been a lot. Been a lot.
Do you think anyone's tired of us saying horny? Because I am.
I don't care. Don't listen to this show with your kids.
It's like a dinger in the background, like horny ding.
The horny count.
The horny count.
Maybe I'll do that when I edit it. Just put something in. By the way, we said the word horny
87 times.
Yeah, we both know it's over 50. Horny. Yeah, I did like the token black guy. I also like the fact that they didn't kill him.
Yeah. 1998. You start this and you're like, oh, man, come on. I know where this is going.
Yeah. I know what's up.
No,
you're
wrong.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. If anything, he's one of the most relatable characters.
Okay, so I wanted to come back to this. He's also very horny.
Yeah.
Very horny. But at the end of the film, okay, let me back, because I was just going to talk about him in the helicopter, but I want to back up a little bit. So at the end of the film, they're all in the room with the alien, and they want to try to get the alien away from the female alien.
Yeah.
So Press is like, use my blood. All right. This is what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right. During the giant monster fight.
Use my blood. Does that mean to you to stab a rake into my leg?
Oh, a pitchfork.
A pitchfork.
Widthways. Yeah.
Does that mean to you, Danny, hey, dude, use my blood real quick? What would you do in that scenario?
I'd probably grab that knife and just a
little bitty nick
your hand or something, you know what I mean? Because it's because the black guy carries the gene for sickle cell.
Yes.
And that's why the aliens don't want to bang him.
Correct.
because they are. It's to them. It's devastating to them.
Yeah.
So you don't need a pint. You need like a couple drops.
That's what I would think.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't like it's biological warfare.
when he so
but he does grab that fucking pitchfork and just stab homie right in the fucking thigh, man.
with every
prong.
prong. I died at I'm like, okay. First of all, you don't need a pitchfork. Second of all, you could have just used one prong.
Right.
Finally, as you said earlier, why didn't you just use a knife? They had a machete. He had a machete.
I don't know. I'm surprised he didn't like hold his gun up sideways and shoot him.
He had a machete. Just take the machete and make a small cut, right?
Right. Yeah. Anything other than that. Yeah, drag that machete across your thigh real quick. Grease that baby up.
Oh man, but it works. You know. Nevertheless, it works.
Michael Madsen just like doesn't aim a pistol ever once in the whole movie. He's got a gun almost the entire time. Doesn't aim it at anyone.
Just sideways.
He's doing that sideways. Like the gangster.
Like the yeah. I think you put it the best way possible when you said Michael Madsen in everything he's ever been in. Like he's just kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah, he doesn't care what the movie's about. He's just like, no, my guy would be a cool guy, you know?
Yeah.
He would say something cool, maybe light a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would be, if somebody said something, he wouldn't be fazed by that. And they'd be like, yeah, but the script, Mr. Madsen. He'd be like, I don't care about the fucking script. Like, I feel like he just gets roles for people who are like, get me just a guy to come in here and fucking whatever. I don't know what to write. Get Michael Madsen in here. Yeah, what are you doing? I fucking walk in here. Yeah, hey, now the fun begins.
You're getting closer towards the end.
That's not bad, yeah.
It started off really Italian.
Yeah. But it sounds like you gotta go like a Brooklyn, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that fucking guy.
So after Press is severely wounded by the pitchfork, they take him to a helicopter.
Is the black guy Press? I thought Michael Madsen was Press.
Oh shit, I'm saying the wrong name. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, Gamble.
I'm just calling him the black guy. That's not better.
Gamble.
McKelty Williamson. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Gamble. Sorry, I was saying Press. It's Gamble.
Boy, James Cromwell has been old as shit for a really long time, huh?
Years.
Yeah.
Maybe even decades.
It's crazy. I think he's a vampire.
So yeah, Gamble is, he's wounded. They bring him to a helicopter, and here we go again. This seems highly unprofessional.
Yeah.
But a medic is just horny as fuck.
She's horny too, yeah.
And
I would have a complex about trusting people who tried to have sex with me. I'd be like, hold on.
Just a sec. Can we?
Something's a little fishy here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm skeptic of that anyway.
Something's a little alien-y here.
How many tubes you got in you? I can't believe the nipple longer happened again.
Dude, okay.
When it happened, we were both like, "What?
I freaked out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, this movie's fucking nuts, huh?
Yeah, and I watched the trailer, and the trailer was the most boring part of the film. Remember when?
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was a trailer. It seemed like it was just a scene from the middle of the movie.
Like a whole scene from the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
You remember when the female alien sees what the male is doing, and he's driving through town, and they're trying to track him.
Yeah.
That was the trailer.
That's fucking weird.
I was like, what? That literally the most boring part of the movie.
Yeah.
It was 3 minutes of just that.
That's fucking crazy. Well, you said you wanted to talk about aliens. Do you still want to talk about aliens, like just in general?
Yeah, we can. I mean,
we've talked about this for a hot minute.
Yeah, we can. If you want to rate this.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go ahead and rate this puppy. Yeah. What? How many
Protruding
nipple? This never happens.
This is a first.
How many long?
Do you have like a news flash button or like?
It's close enough. That's a two tube nipple alert. This episode brought to you by Slim Jim.
I was just gonna say Slim Jim.
Snap into a Slim Jim. Oh yeah. Fucking yes. This is insane, dude. I can't believe this is a real thing.
That's gonna be our first sponsor. Or well, I guess we've had a sponsor, but
yeah,
it's gonna be our.
I'm gonna go after Big Slim, Big Jim.
Big Jim.
Yeah. I'm just gonna call him tomorrow. Let me talk to Big Jim. Yeah, I'm sorry, Big Jim's not available. Let me get Slim.
Ash Slim.
Slim. Slim, okay. Daniel King of It's Just Two Movies. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I'm sure the pleasure's all yours. Am I right? Anyway, listen, let's get down to business.
Let's get down to brass tacks.
Look, we've covered long nipples, all right? So I think you know why I'm calling.
All right. Rating. So we're doing the same thing because why would you change it?
Because it's never happened again.
This is insane.
Ever in cinema.
I don't know what to rate this. I want to go high.
I want to go high,
but I don't know if I can go 10.
I don't think I can do 10. It's a bit long. It's a bit long. It doesn't really feel like it, but it did when we were standing out there. Alicia's like, "Oh, we paused it so you could go pee," and it was like still had half an hour left, and I'm like, "Man, it does seem like."
But it's only an hour and a half. Like,
yeah,
it's a typical,
that's true. It's not that.
I think what happened is we paused it a couple times before that.
We paused it a bit,
so it made it seem a little longer.
That is true.
Man, I had a lot of fun with this. I'm gonna go 9.5.
Damn. Oh,
it's almost it's close for me.
It's fucking real close for me too. I think I'm gonna follow your lead.
9.5? I
was thinking 9, but man, I had a fucking hoot with this. You know what I mean? We pound off 4.
What's that?
I was gonna say we pound 4 or 5 more beers, and you were like, "Let's watch it again." I'd be like, "All right." You know what I mean? Well, it's fucking stupid, but I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It got more like as it went along.
The spaceships, fun. Like when it opens and that big spaceship's coming over the thing, and they're like, "All right, launch the lander," and they launch the lander out of the top of the ship that's hovering over the planet. And I'm like, it just comes up and then it's coming down in front of the ship, but the burners are on. I'm like, that's not how any of that fucking works. And then later they're like, the DNA could be alive. Like, DNA is not alive. That's like it's the instructions to what living tissue does. It's not inherently alive by itself. Yeah.
Yeah, the science in this is
like, it could be like if the bone came alive. Bones aren't alive. Okay.
Well,
you're alive. There's cellular interaction within bones, but not this bone. Welcome to, I can see the look in your eyes. Welcome to the bone zone, baby.
After watching this movie,
text Alicia right now. Tell her just picked up 2 tickets, pack her bags, because we're going to Pound Town. That's fucking stupid. All right, well, we rated it. That's a good one. I would highly recommend that to anybody. That's a good fucking stupid movie.
Yeah, it really is. Let's talk about Aliens.
Yeah, Aliens. What do you got?
I don't know. I just like with all the alien news recently, I just kind of want to. Yeah, it's like right.
It's just bullshit.
It's just bullshit.
It's all bullshit. Yeah,
if you ask me.
I love the way they had that trial, and they're like, they're hearing it. This is a real thing, and they're like, yeah, but the guy's, it's hearsay. Mm-hmm. Everything that guy is saying is just hearsay. That's it.
Yeah. There's nothing else to it.
No, nothing else to it. I know a grown adult man who's 41 years old that believes that demons are 100% real. and like possess people to do terrible things.
Mm-hmm.
What that guy is testifying to is no crazier than this dude I know.
Right.
But they're both inherently fucking just full of shit, you know?
Yeah.
But I like aliens.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, okay. Do I believe that aliens exist? Maybe not in the sense that we perceive aliens. I think there is life out there.
Life is aliens anyway. You think there's intelligent life?
Intelligent life?
Yeah.
Not on Earth, am I right?
Woo!
Got us.
Certainly not in Congress. Just everybody's having a fit of dementia. Great. How do we get here?
Yeah.
It's weird how many of those people have had their driver's licenses revoked. Anyway, carry on.
I think there's life out there. But yeah, that's something I do think about quite a bit though. And I touched on this earlier, and when I asked you, I was like, or when I told you, I was like, you know, when you asked me how much I think about the Roman Empire, and I was like, yeah. I don't.
It's funny. Here's how that came up, by the way.
Yeah, it's a meme. It
had trended on TikTok,
yeah,
but I didn't know that because I don't get on TikTok very often.
Right.
But earlier, like the previous day, I was talking to Alicia about like the birth of democracy in ancient Greece. And she asked me, she's like, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? And I was like, a couple times a week. Like ancient civilizations, probably daily. Like I just think about it frequently, you know, like
yeah.
I was eating the fucking Little Debbie fucking coffee cake, and I was like, I could cause a civil war in ancient Mesopotamia over this fucking coffee cake. You know what I mean? Gods be damned.
What about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
PB&J, get the fuck out of here, dude. We would be living on the moon right now with a Pepsi machine if fucking ancient Mesopotamians knew about PB&J. But yeah, I'm right there with you, 100%. Life is not. It's not a question. It's not that I believe it. It is. If you talk to anybody who is into astronomy, it is a mathematical certainty.
Yeah.
Why would we be the anomaly?
Mm-hmm.
Why would we be the anomaly? You know what we're made up of? Primarily 4 elements. The same shit that literally everything else in the universe is made out of. Yeah. So we are special in the fact that we are not special. That we live in the universe and the universe lives in us. That mundane element makes it special. That's why it's not that we're handcrafted by a fucking whatever. It's just personal beliefs anyway.
Yeah, right.
Well,
and I think just going back to the whole government thing, I think the way that they like present it, it feels
the Mexican one?
The
Mexican real or cake? It's cake. It's an Oreo cake, everybody. Calm down. A little cream cheese icing. You dust some crumbled up Oreos on top. Yum.
Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just the way the government's like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. This is a thing.
No, this is real.
This is real. Check it out.
You know what that reminds me of is when my child was very small and you would distract them so you could do other things.
Right.
That's
what I mean. Like,
that's exactly it.
But no, just going back to what I told you earlier. I think about not the Roman Empire, like apparently a lot of guys do. Don't get me wrong, ancient civilizations, that shit's fascinating.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like thinking about me standing on a big rock.
Dude,
in space that's you know what I mean? Like
every time I'm drunk, I pee outside most of the time. And every time I am drunk and I pee outside, which is way more often than the normal man, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm drunk all the time.
Fucking drunk.
I think about it every time. Every time I see
just
a constellation, I'm like, that's so crazy to me that like there's Cassiopeia and it looks fucking stationary to me from where I'm standing, but it is just because we are so fucking far away. But we're both moving at incredible speeds in just a frictionless. God, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, that's the shit that I think about. Just infinite nothingness. I don't know. I ain't no scientist.
I know damn scientist. I fucking don't know, man.
It's wild.
You ever listen to anything on dark matter? Dark matter's really interesting.
No, but I should.
You'd be like, oh, that makes sense. Because they're like, space isn't nothing. There's stuff there. But what is it? It's dark matter. Well, how is all of it dark matter? No, some of it there's actually nothing. What? It's fucking crazy. When you listen to like somebody who's a good science educator sit down and explain it, you're like,
oh, okay.
That is fucking crazy. And y'all motherfuckers can prove that shit, huh? Yeah, that's wild. Wild.
Yup.
I say rage against the conventional wisdom and test your hypotheses. That's what I say.
What? Okay, so if you think about aliens coming to Earth,
gross.
Gross.
It's just looking at a picture of Earth like a centerfold, just florping their slorbles.
What do you picture, and what is their purpose?
No, I can't picture them because they would be alien, and the only there are only two possible purposes. Mm-hmm. I suppose three. Accidental. Some malfunction happened in their device that allows them to warp space-time around themselves, because that would probably be the most practical way to travel distances like that. Maybe there was a malfunction, wound up here on accident. 2, domination for resources, and because resources are not abundant everywhere, we can tell just that from just our solar system.
Right.
Where else are you going to get liquid water or the components for combustion?
Right there, baby.
Right there. Like, Mercury is fucking boiling because it's so close to the sun. But Mercury doesn't have fire. Not in the conventional sense. Not in the way that we do.
We think of fire, yeah.
And even our star, the sun, is just a fucking... It's like a nuclear reactor. Mm-hmm. It's just the sun is a massive incandescent gas. Giant nuclear furnace. So like you can't even really get fire in the sense that it happens on Earth. That's not even available on the sun. It's a different process that's creating that heat and that combustion. So we are the only planet with liquid water. We're the only planet with fucking any carbon-based life on it. I don't know if carbon's available. Well, I'm sure carbon is available on other planets because that's one of the carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, and there's another one. It's like top 4 elements that make up like everything. Yeah. No,
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what the fourth one is, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't either. Not a science educator, obviously, or a good journalist. Ha! But like we have so much stuff here on Earth that is only here.
You're right.
You can't get it anywhere else. And that I think is the most likely reason. Or 3, to welcome us into some interstellar, like, hey, you guys are welcome to the club. We found you. Cool.
Hey. Took us a while, but
you guys thirsty? Here, have a drink. Let's have a drink. Come on inside. Are you comfy? Sit down on the couch. No, finish your drink. One of those, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty sus.
A species 2?
Electric boogaloo. Tubular boogaloo?
Tubular boob.
I fucking love aliens, dude, but I don't think it's going to be like little green men or tall gray men. I think it's going to be something that like doesn't remotely even look like people, although it wouldn't be impossible to assume that intelligent life might also be bipedal.
Say that again.
It wouldn't be... Okay, so Alien, that's the thing about Alien, is it grew up on a totally different planet, totally different climate, totally different evolutionary chain, might even be made of totally different materials.
Right,
It is quite possible that there is intelligent life out there that is gaseous. You know what I mean? Which would be a hard thing to kind of fucking wrap your head around. That's also a huge reason I like the movie Nope, is because it doesn't look like, it just looks like a crazy...
A tarp
thing. Yeah, like a tarp over a meth lab in the wind. But yeah, because it wouldn't look like just a critter. You know what I mean? It could look like something so fucking foreign. But it is not foolish to humor the idea, I guess, that alien life could in fact be bipedal and walk on 2 legs, or 4 legs or 5 legs or whatever, but to stand upright.
Mm-hmm.
That's not insane. It's not insane to think that they might have digits to manipulate their environment. Now, those digits might be fucking tentacles. You know what I mean? I don't fucking know. But they would have a way, ideally, to manipulate their environment just for evolutionary purposes, for them to get from the single-cell organism to the intelligent organism. I fucking think about that shit all the time, too.
This has been a TED Talk with Daddy King. No, that shit blows my mind.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I love it, and we'll touch on it when we get to what you're watching. Do you have any more alien talk for our segment on aliens?
No, I just kind of wanted to. I mean,
what do you think about when people are like, aliens? They live among us, man. They built the pyramids, and what do you think about that kind of shit?
I think that's just silly.
I think that's silly
fucking
too.
Stupid.
Yeah, I think it's insulting.
Yeah,
when they're like, aliens had to have built the pyramids. What the fuck are you saying, bro? I'm people. What are you saying? I can't build
a pyramid.
I can't build a triangle.
A big fucking triangle.
Fucker, I can math a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it's fucking silly, man.
Yeah. It's just, man.
It's not outside the realm of possibility, but I will say it is such a fucking slim margin. It's such a fucking... Because everything in the universe is expanding, so everything's getting further away all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
So instantaneous travel across insurmountable distances would have to be possible before you could even think. And even then, how in the fuck would they know where to find us?
Yeah, and would they be able to survive?
The universe is so big.
Yeah.
It's so big, in fact, that it is infinite.
That's my question, though. Would they be able to survive?
I don't fucking know.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know. If they have, like, they shoot out fucking cooter tubes and...
Cooter tubes.
All right, I think that's all I've got for Alien Talk. You got any other?
No, I don't think so. I just wanted to talk about it a it's an interesting.
We're going to talk about it more when we're done here.
Oh fuck, dude, I'm going to bed. He's like, no, you're not.
That's not too horny. Tell me what you been watching.
Hey, what you watching?
Oh shit. Well, I watched a movie called Species 2. All right. I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah. So I started over. They released a new update, 2.0, Cyberpunk 2.0.
Ooh.
And it made the game a lot better. Performs really well. The only bug I've come actually a few people have come across this bug. There will be a cop car that is completely destroyed, but the cops are still, like, there are 2 cops in it, just still driving, like patrolling as if everything's okay. But the car is completely destroyed. Okay. Fucking cracked me up when I saw it.
I don't hate that. Yeah.
I was like, I'm glad I got to. They fixed it, but yeah, the game plays much better.
Nice.
And the gameplay alone is worth checking out.
Worth the price of admission.
Sometimes the story's a little cheesy. Characters are a little cheesy,
I
but
don't mind a little cheese.
it's fun. It's a fun game. I finished season 2 of Resident Alien.
Nice.
Yeah. There's supposed to be a 3rd season. I don't know what the status on that is, though.
Are they going to get Alan 3-Dick?
Alan 3-Dick.
For season 3?
For fucking... You have to, I think. You have to. It's pretty fun, man. It's also kind of cheesy. I don't know. To me, it's fun. It's worth a watch.
I really just like Alan Tudyk. He's funny and charming.
Yeah. The way he plays this character, too, it works.
Is he horny? Is he a horny alien?
No, he's not a horny. He's not a horny alien. He was not in Species 2.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
I wonder how many Species movies they made. Because I know
there's at least
a 3rd.
Yeah, there's at least 3.
We'll have to look at that. So Resident Alien. What else have I been watching, bud?
Okay, go for it.
We started the new season of Righteous Gemstones. Have you started that?
I think I'm 2 episodes in, maybe 3.
That's what we are as well.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
I think it is warming back up to the tone that I like in the Righteous Gemstones show. The last season felt very Sopranos.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just not what I want. You've got all these fucking hilarious people.
Mm-hmm.
Let them get into their own fucking hijinks and, just let them be silly.
Yeah. Kelvin had his muscle men. That was hilarious.
Yeah. I guess the main storyline was so much more serious because it's about Eli and his past and all that stuff. And that shit's not funny. It's like very serious. Which, give it a little backbone, but let's get back to they're muscle man,
Silly.
daddy.
The silliness of it.
Keith, that shirt ain't as long as you think it is.
That's the part that gets Carrie every time.
Dude, it's so funny.
His dick just poking out a little bit. I still love the show. I feel like some of the banter between the siblings, I feel like the longer it goes on, the kind of like dumber it is and like more childish it is.
Yeah.
Which can be funny, but it needs
traction.
I don't know, it needs something else for me to like.
Yeah, Judy's got an interesting arc going right now as far as where I'm at.
Yeah. I don't think they've really.
Danny McBride's is like getting a little more interesting.
Yeah,
and what's the younger
brother
name?
Kelvin.
Kelvin,
I think.
Yeah.
His story hasn't really gone too far.
It hasn't really gone anywhere. Yet. No, he's doing the Porn Busters or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Silly. That's a good show though.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I've been reading Broca's Brain.
What's that?
It's a book by Carl Sagan.
Oh yeah. You were telling me you got on the Kindle.
I got on the old Kindle. I got myself a Kindle, and guess what? I can read, but only for like 4 minutes at a time.
What?
Yeah, that's just how
on that.
That's
or
just
how specifically.
No, that's just how my life works.
Oh,
that's why I can't read a book, because I need my reading glasses and I have to sit under good lighting, or I get a fucking headache. So I don't ever pick. Why would I go to all that trouble to read a book for 3 minutes? Because it took me a minute to find my glasses.
Right.
But that Kindle, man, I just fucking pick it up, read for 4 minutes, put it back down. 45 minutes later, pick it up, read for 4 or 5 minutes, put it back down. Because that's all the time that I have.
Yeah. How do you feel about people that have named their children Kindle?
Huh.
Do you think they
after the Kindle?
Do you think they regret that,
or just in general?
Yeah.
What
came first?
Don't know. Did anyone name their kid iPhone?
Probably.
Come on, iPhone.
Because I've heard the name Kindle before, and I'm like, did that come before the Kindle or after? Did the chicken come before the egg?
I don't know. Well,
All right. Sorry to interrupt with a dumb thing.
No,
What else you have?
I don't think that's a dumb thing, though. I bet there are people named Kindle for sure.
No,
because
there
it
are.
means to,
I've.
Yeah, to kindle a fire. I'm sure that came before the Amazon Kindle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Since the dawn of time, the Kindle has existed.
It's just like a giant obelisk.
Right.
What are these foreign markings? Swipe to unlock.
All right, what else you got?
Waking up. Oh, it's waking. Oh.
It's waking.
Oh.
Give it 5 minutes.
Right. Well, the battery life is crazy on this thing. What else? I've been watching a bunch of fucking horror movies because it's October. And I'm like, I don't want to do a thing where I'm like, I'm watching a horror movie every day, but then I just do it anyway because I'm a dipshit. So I'm like, I should have documented this for social media's sake. Yeah, but I have watched a bunch of them. I don't know that many of them really stood out to me. I liked The Mill on Hulu.
Okay.
It's got your boy in it, Lil Rel Howery.
Your boy. It's got we about to get up in it, boy.
Yeah.
It doesn't, but
no, it's got Lil Rel Howery in it.
What's it called? The Mill?
The Mill.
You said that very sexual.
The Mill. It's because I'm very horny from watching all these horny movies, baby.
Okay.
I will say I wasn't crazy about the ending, but I thought it was a very worthwhile watch.
Oh, it's got Pat Healy in it. He was in. Oh, have you finished Breaking Bad?
Is he in? Sorry,
Better Call Saul.
No, not yet. I haven't finished either of those yet.
Oh,
because I've just been watching a bunch of horror movies.
Oh, okay.
But that guy, he's the white guy, short hair or no hair.
I mean, in this film, I'm not sure.
Is his name Pat Healy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. He's in another movie that is a Hulu original called I'm Just Messing With You or I'm Just Fucking With You or something to that effect. And it's quite good. I think it's also got fucking, can't remember his name, Champ Kind from Anchorman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got him in it as well. So he's this wealthy guy that's like, hey, I'll give you fucking $200 to punch that dude. And just walk up to a guy in a bar and fucking punch him. And then he'll come back and he'll go, I can't believe you let me talk you into that. And he'll give him $200. And then later he'll be like, I'll give you fucking $1,000 to stab that homeless man. So he just like keeps upping the ante. I don't think it's either of those things, but it's kind of to that effect. Pretty wild movie, actually.
I'm not seeing that title on here, but
what's his name?
Pat Healy. Oh, looks like he's going to be in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, it's called Cheap Thrills.
You were not close at all.
No, I was not. No, pretty fun flick though. Yeah, I'd recommend that one too. Let's see, what other horror movies did I watch? I watched one that wasn't bad. I watched that new Pet Sematary movie. Sucks. I watched. Fuck me. What was it called? I watched that other alien movie, No One's Coming to Save You, or No One's Coming to Help You, or something like that. Also a Hulu. Hulu just, boy, they put out a lot of fucking horror stuff. And most of it, not fucking bad. Some
Hulu,
of it...
I feel like Hulu has a lot of hidden gems.
Yeah. I do be digging through them motherfuckers, too. That's where I came across Villains for the first time, the movie Villains. Great fucking film. Super fun, short, hour 20. Just a blast.
Wait, did we have you done? You did that for the show?
Yeah, I've done that on the show. I think.
I still need to watch that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's fun, man. Yeah, that'd be a good date night movie. Carrie would like that.
You think?
It's fun. It's cute. It's a cute like couples movie. Yeah.
Sounds horny.
It is horny. Not as horny as me though. You know what I mean? Boned up like a 12-foot skeleton at Home Depot.
Stop, dude. Every time I pass through your living room, I see Love and Monsters, and I want to watch it again.
Oh, yeah?
It's so fun.
It is it's just a fun flick. Yeah, that's a good one. Man, I watched The Boogeyman. That wasn't bad.
The Bogeyman?
The Bogeyman.
Where he just shoots all bogeys?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Some people call it American Sniper, whatever. No, yeah, I watched the Boogeyman. It was aight.
The Booger Man?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll stop.
It's all right. I really want to watch fucking Talk to the Hand. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me.
Oh, Talk to Me?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. I keep hearing stuff, but I don't.
I think I'm just gonna buy it.
Did you watch Beau is Afraid?
Not yet. I want to. I hear that's one of those where they're like, oh, it's really good, but not everybody's gonna like it. And I'm like, well, that seems like a thing I would say about a thing. So, I mean, I might hate it. I don't love everything Joaquin Phoenix has ever done, but generally, I like him in stuff, even if the movie's kind of a flop. So, yeah, I want to check it out.
Did you get the chance to watch Floppenheimer yet?
No, I want to. I think that's gonna be a purchase for me as well. I do have like 5 movies coming out that I need to purchase a hard copy.
You guys, why didn't you go see that, dude?
Brother, I did not have time because I switched jobs 4 times in 8 months. Yeah.
I'm mad at you.
Yeah, well,
actually,
fucking pick it for the podcast then, bitch.
No, that's a film that it should be seen in the theater.
I'll just sit closer to the TV.
I like the meme.
I'll turn the sound bar way up.
I like the meme of people sitting in the first row. It's just like his head, but it's like giant, like chin.
It's funny. He's got a very distinct look about him, old
Cillian
Murphy.
Yeah.
Just gonna say it like I didn't call him Cillian for the last 30
10
some
years.
odd years of my life.
I guess more than 10 years. Yeah, like 20 years. I think a lot of ladies think he's pretty good looking.
Yeah? Is it because he looks like he's about to die? He just looks like a skeleton. He looks like he's terminally ill.
He does.
Yeah, he's not. I just love that, look of that pale, thin man that just lives off coffee and cigarettes. You know what I mean? The bitches love that shit.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Wild. He's got that dog in him.
He's got that dog in him. Man, I've been playing nothing. I played Marvel Snap the other day. I mean, I know that's a running theme on here, but I actually haven't played it.
And fucking Marvel Snap, dude.
I haven't played it for like a month and a half, 2 months.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm still pretty badass at it.
Pretty badass.
Pretty badass.
How are we looking on time?
Oh, we're gonna wrap up whenever, baby. We're probably a solid, pretty damn close to 2 hours.
All right, so I've been reading so far, I've been reading a really good mystery novel called The Shadow of the Wind.
Ooh.
By Carlos, I'm going to butcher this, Spanish writer, Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I'm not going to spell it.
Okay.
You can figure it out.
Well, Carlos Luis sounded correct.
Ruiz.
Yeah.
R-U-I-Z. Now I'm spelling it.
Got it.
All right. R-U-I-Z, last name Z-A-F-O-N.
Zafón? Yeah, I guess.
Zafón.
Maybe I made him Zafón.
Yeah, he's a Spanish-Italian writer.
I cannot find Zafón.
So far, man, I'm about halfway. It's a pretty long book. I'm not going to lie. It's probably 500 pages.
Damn.
That's a pretty hefty book, in my opinion.
That's a big one, yeah.
I've read bigger books, but so far it's really good. I guess this guy is a grown man at this point, and he's retelling his childhood of when his father introduced him to this kind of like local special library where certain books are held, and he picks a book out at random, and it's by this author who has disappeared. No one knows anything about him, no one really knows what happened.
Dr. Seuss.
But you're right. Someone is destroying all of this author's works. He's burning all of his books.
Oh.
But there's this one copy left. So he basically makes it a mission to find out what happened.
Damn, all
and,
right.
and who is destroying his books. It's really cool. I really enjoy it so far.
That sounds cool, yeah.
Just beautiful writing. It's good.
Oh, you know what? I did watch another thing while we're still on the topic, and I do want to mention it because it plugs a thing. I watched and reviewed Guillermo del Toro's Kronos.
Okay.
Because it was its 30-year anniversary. So, yeah. Came out in 1993. I believe it was one of Guillermo del Toro's debut films. It was like a...
1992, bitch.
Well, the U.S. release. 93.
Ron Perlman, bitch.
Yeah, Ron Perlman, bitch. Dude. Bitch. Hard to get down there in the Pinkman zone, you know what I mean? Bitch.
Yeah, that is...
Yeah. The dude's easier than the bitch is.
When you said dude, I wasn't sure. I didn't know you were doing Pinkman.
Oh, fuck. All right, well,
so you're not... You got to work on that a little bit.
I'll take it back to the board. But yeah, fucking cool film. It's a cool take on a vampire. But it's not a vampire. You know how Guillermo del Toro, he's like, let me tell you an old Spanish legend. And then he makes his movie. It's like that, but he made up the legend, but it feels authentic. Like it feels like a handed down oral story.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking cool movie, man. But I did that and reviewed that on the ATI podcast.
Okay.
So I will have a link to that in the episode description for this if you want to check that out.
Cool.
I had a good time hanging out with those lads. What else though? Boy, I don't think anything else. I've been wanting to play video games all week.
Yeah.
I'll take a shower and go, I'm going to play this video game later. And then I just don't. Because I'm like fucking tired.
Too horny.
Too horny, too tired. Thinking about Infinity Poo Species 2. Infinity Pool 2 Species. That's it.
You got it.
It's the horniest movie. With the longest nipples.
No, dude. Just Slim Jimming it.
Fucking.
You know?
Slim
Jimming it. I don't think I have anything else.
Yeah, I think I'm spent. Well, let's go ahead and close it out. If you want to get in contact with the show, you can always write me at itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com or Birdman. I'll forward it to Birdman. If you want to follow us on any social networks, what's up?
Did you get any?
Oh shit! You know what? I didn't even look.
Sorry, let me check.
We might have a little listener mail segment before I get the fuck out of here.
Maybe not. You know, we're not that important.
No.
But we might as well check.
Bernie Mac and me. No, I should have posted it this morning, but I didn't even think about it.
All right.
Normally I like to let that shit marinate for the day.
All right, so we're going to get out of here. Follow us on all the socials. Send us a like.
Yeah, leave a like if you could. Boy, one time Justin
what?
was making fun of me because I had to post it there, and I tore it off and I threw it at him. And I said, it says call to action. And I need to put another one back up there because I'm bad at remembering to go, hey, leave us a like if you could. If you could review us anywhere, it really would mean a lot to me.
Yeah. Those reviews help.
Yeah, they help tremendously. And if it's your first time listening to the show, but you had to suffer through ads on this, our show is always ad-free at itsjusttwomovies.com.
We used to do silly ads.
Yeah, those are in there.
We
but
don't
that's not
anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll
dip our toes back in. Yeah.
I
just don't want it to be like every week we have to, because that was a
lot.
Yeah,
for sure.
But an occasional one, anytime we have a good idea, I'm down to do it. I love doing the fake ads. It's fun, and they're fun to edit. Yeah.
All right. That's going to be it for us.
Follow us on the stuff. I'm Dan. That's Bird. And as we say at the end of every episode, if it's just two movies.
If your nipples are if your nipples are long, then you did it wrong.
You guys aren't going to start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's call that phone call for a one-eyed Batman.
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi.
Bob. We don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind.
Cousin, business is booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, special thanks for the people who helped make this show. That is going to be Russ Tafari, God-Sized and Growing, and Sons for our music, Lamplighter Productions for our artwork. Oh yeah, I definitely want to throw out a thanks to Dave, who takes care of our YouTube platform, and Justin, who has started doing our TikTok. You can find us on TikTok at Just Two Movies Pod. Yeah, so hit us up on socials and tell your friends and leave us a like if you could. That's the show.
What if we just watched like a Star Wars movie, like Clone Wars or whatever? Just to piss everybody off.
Someday, I'd be like, who's this fucking asshole? More like Qui-Gon Jinn, am I right? Because I know enough about Star Wars to just light it the fuck up.